1. Best meal to unclog your arteries, backed by science. In the realm of heart health, the pursuit of the optimal diet often leads to a cacophony of conflicting advice. Present it to 10 individuals, and you're likely to receive 10 distinct recommendations. Some will champion the complete elimination of carbohydrates, advocating for restrictive approaches like keto or carnivore diets. Others might steer you toward a vegan lifestyle, emphasizing the avoidance of all animal products. Then, of course, there are the well-known contenders such as the Mediterranean, DASH, and Paleo diets, each with its own set of proponents and purported benefits. However, after more than a decade dedicated to the practice of medicine and empowering my patients to leverage the therapeutic potential of food, I've come to understand a critical truth. Rigidly prescribing a diet, in many instances, proves to be an exercise in futility. The simple reality is that a substantial portion of individuals, while not all, find it overwhelmingly difficult to adhere to highly restrictive eating plans, and the efficacy of any dietary strategy, no matter how scientifically sound in theory, is rendered moot if it cannot be sustained over time. Therefore, my perspective is that embracing a nutrition plan that achieves a respectable 70% adherence but can be maintained for a lifetime is infinitely more valuable than aiming for a supposedly perfect 100% adherence that lasts for a mere 6 months. The true objective, then, is not to relentlessly chase the next heralded perfect diet. Instead, the focus should be on identifying and integrating the most impactful, high-yield foods that consistently appear across a multitude of studies and meta-analyses concerning cardiovascular disease. The key is to weave these nutrient-dense staples into your existing daily routines, whatever those may be. As we delve into these beneficial food choices, it's equally important to address those that are marketed as heart-healthy but warrant careful scrutiny. Furthermore, by the conclusion of this discussion, we will explore not only dietary strategies, but also the most effective forms of exercise and a promising supplement, both bolstered by robust scientific evidence, that can significantly accelerate the process of reversing arterial plaque. Before we embark on the exploration of these optimal foods, it is imperative to first comprehend the underlying mechanisms by which arterial plaque develops. A thorough understanding of this intricate process will equip you with the precision needed to strategically select and prioritize the high-yield foods that will best address your individual needs. After all, each person's circumstances and risk factors are unique, and what proves beneficial for one individual may not necessarily translate to the same results for another. The formation of arterial plaque is far from a simplistic phenomenon. It is not solely attributable to elevated cholesterol, high blood sugar levels, elevated blood pressure, or rampant inflammation. Instead, plaque arises from a confluence of factors, a perfect storm that begins with endothelial damage. This damage refers to an injury to the delicate, single layer of cells that lines the inner surface of our blood vessels. Following this initial insult, LDL particles, specifically those containing apolipoprotein B, ApoB, manage to penetrate the vessel wall. Subsequently, inflammation sets in, leading to the oxidation of these LDL particles. This oxidative process then alerts and triggers the immune system to intervene, attempting to repair the damage. Ironically, this immune response, rather than resolving the issue, often exacerbates the problem, leading to the further growth and enlargement of the plaque. The more oxidative stress present in the body's environment, the more this detrimental cycle is perpetuated. Consequently, the high-yield foods that you should strategically incorporate into your dietary regimen must be capable of targeting all these critical mechanisms. This means they need to effectively lower ApoB levels, reduce inflammation throughout the body, and enhance the production of nitric oxide. Improved nitric oxide levels, in turn, play a crucial role in lowering blood pressure and safeguarding the integrity of the endothelium. Finally, and equally important, these foods should help to temper an overreactive immune response, bringing it back into a state of balance. Upon reviewing all major studies and comprehensive meta-analyses focused on diets that promote the reversal of atherosclerosis, a consistent pattern emerges. Foods rich in lycopene stand out. Lycopene, a potent carotenoid, is primarily found in red and pink fruits and vegetables. Excellent sources include tomatoes, guava, watermelon, pink grapefruit, and papayas. Lycopene's contribution to plaque reversal lies in its remarkable antioxidant capabilities. One of the principal drivers of plaque formation is oxidative stress, which ultimately leads to cellular damage. Lycopene combats this by neutralizing harmful reactive oxygen species. Scientific studies have demonstrated that maintaining high levels of carotenoids may significantly slow the progression of atherosclerosis in its early stages. Furthermore, an observational study conducted in Finland suggested that the consumption of lycopene, particularly from processed tomatoes, could lead to a reduction in carotid atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaque in the arteries supplying blood to the brain. Another recurring and highly significant finding across these studies is the importance of phytosterols. Phytosterols are natural plant compounds found abundantly in nuts and seeds, with flaxseed and sesame seeds being particularly rich sources. They are also present in legumes, whole grains, and a wide array of fruits and vegetables, including carrots, broccoli, avocados, and various leafy green vegetables. The molecular structure of phytosterols closely resembles that of cholesterol. When consumed, they compete with cholesterol for absorption in the intestines. This competition effectively reduces the amount of dietary cholesterol that can be absorbed and enter the bloodstream. However, the most profound impact of phytosterols extends beyond this direct competition. The majority of cholesterol circulating in our blood is not derived from the foods we eat, but is synthesized internally by our liver. The liver operates on a principle of maintaining cholesterol balance, or homeostasis. When the liver detects a decrease in absorbed cholesterol due to the presence of phytosterols, it attempts to compensate by increasing the uptake of LDL particles from the bloodstream. Over time, this mechanism leads to a reduction in the number of LDL particles carrying ApoB that circulate through our arteries. This reduction is critically important because LDL, and more specifically ApoB, has been conclusively linked to the development of heart disease. Meta-analyses and Mendelian randomization studies consistently identify ApoB as a primary factor, though not the sole determinant, in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis and plaque development. Evidence from numerous meta-analyses confirms that increased intake of phytosterols can lead to a significant reduction in LDL cholesterol levels, with an average decrease of approximately 14 milligrams per deciliter. Moving on, another class of compounds essential for plaque reversal comprises flavonoids. These are natural plant-based antioxidants found in abundance in fruits such as berries, apples, and oranges. They are also present in onions, leafy greens, and notably in dark chocolate. The mechanism by which flavonoids exert their protective effects is multifaceted. When plaque begins to accumulate within blood vessels, it initiates with LDL particles becoming trapped and subsequently damaged within the innermost lining of the arteries. This damaged LDL particle then undergoes oxidation, rendering the surrounding area highly sticky. This stickiness attracts white blood cells known as macrophages to the site, triggering an inflammatory response that contributes to plaque growth. Flavonoids intervene in this process by reducing the expression of adhesion molecules on the arterial walls. Essentially, they make the vessel lining less adhesive, thereby limiting the attachment of inflammatory cells. This, in turn, diminishes inflammation and encourages macrophages to function in a more controlled manner, preventing them from converting LDL into its damaged, oxidized form. A particularly important subgroup of flavonoids is catechins, which are abundant in green and black teas. A comprehensive meta-analysis examining 9 prospective studies revealed that consuming 3 or more cups of green or black tea daily was associated with a 21% reduction in the risk of stroke compared to individuals who consumed less than 1 cup per day. Furthermore, Extra virgin olive oil emerges as another remarkably potent nutrient for cardiovascular health. Its benefits are consistently highlighted across a wide spectrum of studies, with high intake being strongly associated with a significant decrease in major cardiovascular events, including heart attacks. Extra virgin olive oil is exceptionally rich in polyphenols and monounsaturated fats, both of which possess potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. These components contribute to smoothing the damaged endothelium, the inner lining of our arteries. Beyond these direct effects, olive oil may also enhance insulin sensitivity and further reduce inflammation. Thus, mechanistically, it addresses multiple facets of the atherosclerotic process. Another category of food that significantly aids in the reversal of arterial plaque includes fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, which are indispensable for maintaining the health of our heart and blood vessels. Clinical studies have demonstrated that individuals who consume fatty fish 1 to 3 times per week exhibit a lower incidence of heart disease and strokes. The multi-ethnic study of atherosclerosis, MESA, one of the most extensive and long-running studies on heart disease, found that higher levels of DHA were correlated with a 12% reduction in the progression of carotid artery plaque, the type of plaque that can lead to strokes. These omega-3 fatty acids work by calming the immune response that exacerbates plaque buildup. They can also boost nitric oxide production, which helps to stabilize existing plaques, making them less prone to rupture and less likely to form clots that can cause downstream blockages and serious health consequences. In the context of atherosclerosis, it is not sufficient to solely focus on incorporating beneficial foods. It is equally crucial to actively limit the consumption of certain dietary components, particularly those known to be highly inflammatory. Unsurprisingly, this includes a strong emphasis on reducing processed carbohydrates, such as pastries and refined cereals, and any foods excessively high in sugar or fructose. Among the most common dietary culprits I observe, often disguised as heart-healthy options, are flavored yogurts. Many are laden with added sugars, making it far more advantageous to opt for plain, full-fat yogurts and sweeten them yourself with your preferred sweetener to taste. While most individuals are aware that conventional breakfast cereals are essentially processed sugar bombs, some alternatives masquerade as healthier choices but offer little improvement. This category includes many breakfast bars and granola bars, where scrutinizing ingredient labels is paramount, as they are frequently packed with sugar, albeit presented in more health-conscious packaging. Another insidious dietary pitfall, often overlooked because it's a beverage rather than a solid food, is juice. Whether it's apple juice, orange juice, or any other type of fruit juice, you are likely ingesting a significant amount of added sugars. Even if the label claims no added sugars or highlights natural sugars, these sugars are still absorbed in a highly concentrated form. A further disadvantage is that juices lack the protective fiber typically found in whole fruits. While whole fruits are undoubtedly beneficial and heart-healthy, it becomes remarkably easy to consume excessive amounts of sugar and fructose when they are in liquid form. As a valuable addition beyond dietary interventions, there are several non-food-related strategies that can significantly accelerate the process of reversing atherosclerosis. First and foremost, exercise is undeniably critical for maintaining optimal heart health. However, there is a specific type of exercise that has demonstrated evidence of actively reversing arterial plaque buildup. A randomized controlled study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology revealed that a mere 6 months of supervised high-intensity interval training HIIT resulted in a substantial reduction in plaque volume. Astonishingly, the regression of plaque volume observed after this 6-month period was even slightly greater than that reported with statin interventions. While atherosclerosis is a disease that develops over many years and even decades, and therefore the long-term clinical implications of these findings require further investigation, the initial results are undeniably remarkable. Beyond exercise, one supplement stands out with notable evidence supporting its ability to slow the progression of coronary atherosclerosis, aged garlic extract. A double-blind, randomized controlled trial indicated that aged garlic extract can stabilize vulnerable plaques. Another randomized controlled trial demonstrated that participants who received aged garlic extract for 1 year exhibited slower progression of coronary artery calcification and improved blood pressure. As a final bonus tactic that I frequently recommend to my patients to enhance cardiovascular health is sauna therapy. While direct evidence unequivocally proving plaque stabilization or regression through sauna use is still evolving, there is a wealth of indirect associations that support its benefits. Numerous studies have established a link between regular sauna bathing and improvements in endothelial function. Furthermore, meta-analyses, such as one of particular note, suggest that sauna therapy can contribute to lowering blood pressure. Although the majority of the supporting evidence is observational and mechanistic, there is a substantial enough body of indirect data to warrant its consideration for its health-promoting effects. These benefits extend beyond cardiovascular disease, with studies also indicating a significantly lower risk of all-cause mortality associated with regular sauna use. Therefore, based on the current, albeit imperfect, evidence, I consider sauna therapy a worthwhile intervention to explore, particularly if you have access to sauna facilities.